Welcome to the Sports Minute. If you like the video tonight, please comment and share. Please subscribe to my YouTube page, Vincent Turner 560 on YouTube, and I'm Vincent Turner. Tonight's video is what has happened to the proud UCLA football program. Tonight I was watching UCLA play New Mexico, and they got destroyed tonight, 35-10. And one of the things that I thought about is that I look at their proud football program, then I look at the athletics department. And see, growing up in my hometown of Memphis, Tennessee during the 60s, and I'm 65 years old, I remember UCLA both in football and basketball in the 60s. Of course, we know the success they had in basketball. Lou Alcindor, Walt Hazzard, Gail Goodrich, Marcus Johnson, Sidney Wicks, Curtis Rowe, the legendary late great Bill Walton. So we understood what they was doing on the basketball side with John Wood. But football, they had some history too. I never forget, really one of the first college football games I watched was USC and UCLA 1967. Number one UCLA against number two USC. Gary Beeman was that dude. And if it wouldn't been for the electric 64-yard run by the man out of Galileo High School, by the name of Simpson, then we'd be talking about UCLA as national champions. And I believe the football program won a national championship in 1955. Think about all the great people and players that have been associated with UCLA's football program. The late great Floyd Reese, former GM of the Tennessee Titans. Troy Aikman, J.J. Stokes, Mike Sherrod, Randy Cross, the great legendary Terry Donahue, football player and coach at UCLA, Mel Farr Sr., Gaston Green, Don Rogers, Kenny Easley. Man, I used to be a fan of Kenny Easley. One of the greatest football players that played on a college level and safeties ever in the game. Kenny Norton Jr., Jerry Robinson. But where I see this UCLA football program right now, I don't know, man. I don't know. If you would have told me after 3 games UCLA would be 0-3, they lost to a good Utah football team to open the season. I get that. But you lose to ULV, and then you lose to New Mexico like you did tonight. And I'm watching and I'm looking at this football team. And don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to criticize Deshaun Foster in no kind of way. I love him as a coach. I love him as a player with the Carolina Panthers and as a player with UCLA. But man, that's UCLA is better. And what I saw tonight, I saw no effort, especially on the defensive side of the ball. New Mexico ran for what? Let me look at my notes. 298 yards, 6.5 yards a carry. Damon Bankston had 154 yards. Never heard of the kid. And 1 touchdown. That's not UCLA football. UCLA, y'all the city of Hollywood, man. Y'all campus is next door to Bel Air. Y'all royalty. Not from a basketball standpoint, but also a football standpoint. Then I'm going to call my man Nico I. I'm not even going to pronounce his last name this evening because I don't want to butcher it. But that young man was at the University of Tennessee, a school that I love dearly, outside the University of Arkansas, where I attended. But I'm from Tennessee, Memphis, and they had a lot of people associated that went to that great school. When that man took over after Joe Milton finished up his career at Tennessee, and he had that outstanding bowl game against Iowa, when Tennessee beat Iowa 35-0, I said, man, coming into this year, the 2025 NFL draft, that kid had a chance to be the #1 overall pick. Then Tennessee opened up with North Carolina State. Even though he didn't make some great throws in that game last year for the University of Tennessee, but he made some that you just knew he had the chance to be the best at that position. And a lot of people saying, well, last year Tennessee made it to the college football playoffs because of their defense. I get that. But yet still, he got Tennessee into the college football playoffs. And then the situation happened over the summer. I don't know what happened. I don't know what the figure of the money, but I hated to see him go because I knew he was making a major mistake. He ends up at UCLA and obviously on a football team that looked like they got internal problems. See, when you teams that don't show effort, no excitement, there's something that's happening in the locker room with the players and coaches. And I'm gonna say this to Deshaun Foster. Coach Foster, you better than that, man. That's the school you attended. And if you don't get it together, man, UCLA is gonna fire you in the next couple of weeks. That's unacceptable in any major football program, especially when we talk about the UCLA Bruins. Cliff Frazier, Freeman McNeil, Skip Hicks. Come on, Bruins, y'all better than that. Danny Farmer, Pepper Rogers is the head coach. Tony Proto is the head coach. What I seen tonight on TV is just, nah, that's not UCLA by no means. And I'm going to tell you this to your UCLA coaching staff and to the football players. Y'all doing a good man, Deshaun Foster, wrong. Y'all showing him no respect. Y'all wanted him as a head coach, and y'all gonna give him this effort? UCLA is too proud, man. Beautiful campus, beautiful people go there, beautiful athletes that's been there. Hell, even Jackie Robinson attended UCLA, man. Come on, come on. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Come on. 0-3. I'm cheering from here on out for the rest of the season. I'm cheering for the UCLA Bruins to get it together. Get it together, man. If you like the video today, please come in and share it. Please subscribe to my page, Vincent Turner 560 on YouTube. I'm Vincent Turner. Y'all be blessed this evening. Thank you.